Oh my god, not again!
Sorry for the long wait. My food was late, so I had to nom nom a little bit before we got back, so I wasn't going to explode on somebody because I got hangry.
One,
That being
two,
said, Victor,
three,
you're
four.
up.
Yep.
moving. I just gotta do the change of the thing.
By the way, for those who are watching,
two,
if you're having a hard time seeing a map, do let me know. I'm still trying to find a nice little position for the mapping.
4.
It looks decent.
It does. I'm thinking about other ways of setting the mapping up, including like minimizing hard characters.
Just as a fair warning, this is a cliff.
Okay, because that doesn't look like a cliff from where I was.
That is a cliff.
Okay, so then you had us on cliffs. Gotcha.
Yeah, you did have us on cliffs.
That was about the best area I could put you on without putting you all over. But yes, this is like a cliff face.
Technically,
like
there's a cave entrance here or whatever that we came in.
Yeah, there's technically a.
Okay, so what is not a cliff where I'm standing?
This whole area here, and like over along the edges down here, this cliff.
Okay. Okay, so that's okay. That changes all of my math ranges then. You have to give me a few moments. Okay, can I do that there? Okay. Is that there?
More or less.
Okay, so am I touching plants here? I'm going to point to the spot. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Am I touching anything where I'll get poisoned right here? Right here.
No.
Okay, cool.
No, there's no plants there. Yeah, between the spores.
Because that's my 30 feet. Sorry, I just needed to make sure because I had measured myself 60 up in that top corner to be far enough away. So, all right. So I'm going to use the Whisper Blade daggers. Obviously, I got add. We have to just note that there's +1 on top. Whatever these rolls are, because purposes of all things.
If you do -D space +1, it should add it.
Space.
-D space +1, I think. We'll add a +1 to it.
Okay, we'll try that and see what happens. No, didn't do that at all.
Did not seem to have added it. Weird.
So
that's fine. It's not hard to math a +1.
Yes, that's an 18 to hit and 7 damage on the first one. These are both being thrown.
Okay.
I just have to roll the other one. And that's the second one's an 11 that does not hit. I'm assuming since I've thrown them, they both come back to me. Just doing quick read on my abilities on this. Technically, because I've made a hit, I can teleport up to 30 more feet.
Yep.
Okay, and that doesn't impact anything at all. Okay. So then that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So that'll put me here. And then bonus action. Because it just says on each of my turns I can do that immediately after a hit.
Yep.
And that does not impact my bonus action, if I'm reading the rules correct.
From what I understand of that, you are correct.
Okay, perfect. I'd rather play on a very fair and balanced situation, so...
Yep,
makes
sense.
And 25 to stealth.
I think you're well hidden.
So they literally see the guy pop up and then disappear.
Daggers come out of the darkness, and then somebody goes, boof, and gone.
Yeah.
Was there someone there?
And that will be my action.
Take that damage. And that was on 1 or 2? Sorry?
The one that I'm standing right in front of, basically. The closest
Number one, I
Okay.
believe.
The one that's
Yep, that one.
Okay,
Which means you gotta roll another wisdom save.
I will, yep. Neil, how much damage was that?
So the first one I think was when I hit on the first one was 7
7.
damage.
That's 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's just so I can track that.
No worries. It would have been nice if the second one hit though. To be
Sadly,
honest.
sometimes that is just the way the cookie crumbles.
Exactly.
That's the way the cookie crumb. Why did my guy get moved, by the way?
Which guy?
That guy
Good
moved.
enough.
Like, I was here a second ago. I thought I was beside this
No,
guy
you
because I attacked him.
Yeah.
Oh, so then he should be one more over then.
Yeah, I was gonna say he
There
should be
you go.
there.
Yeah.
I'm like, something's wrong.
I think it's because I accidentally moved him and I didn't
Oh,
know where
okay.
to put him back.
That's okay. All good. I was just like, what? I didn't see him get moved, and my brain was just very.
I was trying to
confused.
do measurements and I was trying to put him back in the right spot. So
All good.
It happens.
All right. So, whose turn is it now? Rosie?
All right.
That would be Gosimo.
Alright, so Gosimo is going to once again use his cantrip, Starry Wisp, to hit that person, creature, thing, whatever it is. Because
The humanoid.
Yes, the humanoid.
That doesn't
God
hit.
damn
What?
it. Gosimo,
The
you...
one that's standing or the one that's not standing?
Then it was not standing.
Alright, did you get advantage on that then?
Alright.
Don't forget, Rosie, you have that other wisdom save to roll.
You
Thank
get
you for the
would you get
reminder.
advantage from
No worries.
range from far away?
It's because they're prone. So
Yes,
just
but
about. Oh, that's
Prone also
that-
gives you
he's no longer
disadvantage from ranged
affected?
attacks,
No,
Including magic?
doesn't it?
if he saves, then he's no longer affected by prone or incapacitated. Yeah.
I like to use my reaction, please.
Let me double check to see if that's... Because I know
Give me a
range
shotgun.
attack with bow.
Doth thou
Yes.
wish to hellish Rebucus?
No.
No.
survey barbs.
Ooh.
Yes.
You're barbsing it? Nice. You shall roll that dice again, foul one.
Exactly.
Arson, are you okay? Sorry, there was something in my throat.
And
I
I'm
swear,
gonna give
my patron is not
the
a headache.
advantage to our lovely Kai.
Woo!
Still
I
effective.
might
All
hit
right.
this time.
Oh.
Right.
So,
Thank you, Arson, to the team.
so for the advantage on a prone creature, you have to be within 5 feet of it to get the
Okay,
advantage.
that still doesn't hit anyway.
Okay.
And
Yeah, we gotta
what
be
about
in
that
melee
roll-
with them.
What about that 6? Does that trigger the wild magic?
But anyway,
Silvery Barbs is a leveled spell. So,
It's level 1
you
spell.
know, yes. It's a level 1 spell, which means
Mhm.
what has to be rolled, or what can be rolled.
and while
You
that's
already
been-
rolled it.
I'm gonna move Gosmo over to about right here, which should be about, yeah, about 20 feet at the end of his turn. Wait, is that also on the cliff end or not?
Yes.
You're on the lower part of a cliff. The part you can't see is
middle.
higher up.
Okay, in that case, let's see.
The stuff south of us goes down a cliff.
I think I'll move Gosmo over here then. That should bring him there.
Me. Do this a bit so you can kind of see a little better.
I'm afraid of those doggos hearing all what's going on up here.
The dogs are like, I'm just staying out of it. Last time somebody mentioned anything,
It's not currently our turn.
We ate halflings for a week.
Alright, back to top of the round. Astuli, you're up as now regular rounds.
Astuli, you can do it. I highly recommend Astuli and Arson move closer to the rest of us in case those dogs wake up.
Yeah, no, I was going to. Hang on. Sorry, like
I'm good.
I said, I just need to reload Owlbear here.
How dare you? Slowing down the game like we don't get distracted.
And I'm going to move up here, and I'm going to stab demands with my rapier. Hang on. Gotta get to the rolls channel. I should be freaking split screening this at this point.
Get 2 phones, one for the Discord, one for the map. Hey, Mom, can I borrow your phone? Funny part is I have an extra cell phone in front of me. I could do that.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I got... Honestly, I don't think I got anything else other than that. Hang on. Yeah, clearly no one needs healing yet, so... Yeah, that ain't a thing.
Enemy number 1 needs healing, but not by us.
That's not my job. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end my turn there.
It's like, wait, does radiant damage radiant damage heal him or damage him? It damages him. Yes, heal him.
That's what I've been trying to test out with Starry Wisp to see if radiant damage.
I really wish that was a thing. Like, wouldn't it be
used
neat
to be
if you
a
walked
thing
up
in
to a zombie and
3.5.
cast cure and do damage it?
They got rid of that in 5e.
Which I hate because it makes sense to have radiant damage, anything that's considered as a negative. But no, that's what I was doing.
Radiant damage still does hurt them, well, some of them, but healing is not considered radiant.
Meh.
So I mean, but anyways.
All right.
So it's token 1-2's turn.
And it's going to move.
Who let the dogs out?
There. And do an attack.
Oh, Arson is
Hi,
going to
Arson.
get literally dogpiled.
Oh shit.
Damn it, Arson.
You're not even close enough to me. You're not even close enough to me for me to healing word you, I don't think.
Alright.
I figured out an upgrade for my cursed shield, Rose.
Hold on, my thing had to refresh, and now I can't see everything. There it is.
You're fine.
All good.
No
No
worries.
hurry. No rush.
Okay, that's
Be
a hit.
peaceful.
Damn it, I used my reaction. Shit. Okay, what's the damage?
Hold on.
14 million dog licks. Not that I'd want to be licked by those dogs.
What if I did?
Oh, yeah, I would allow you to be licked by those dogs if you so wished, and then I'd help pull them off of you when they tried to eat you.
All right.
Or is it the actual round or something?
I'm working on the damage.
Okay.
So, piercing damage, you got 17 and then another 10 of poison damage.
So 27.
Yes.
Oi!
Which means you need to do a
Con save?
That's fine. Yes, con save, yep. To see if you get the poison condition.
22.
That's a save. Oh, wait, what? Yeah, that hurts.
Oh. So is it a new round or no?
That was the... Yes, on Astuli's turn, it's a new round, so yes.
I'm gonna cast fuck you on this motherfucker.
How powerful is fuck you? I gotta see this.
A level 2 fuck you.
Ah, fuck you.
Another 6.
For 6 damage. And that's.
No.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Yeah.
That's the roll for wild magic.
Dex save.
DC is
That's a
13.
save.
Huh?
That is a save, so that is 10
11.
damage. 11
Or
damage.
10. Yeah, it's 11 damage because 22 would have been, yeah.
Nice.
Da, 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 da.
Da, 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 da. La da 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 la da da da. Da 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 da.
Yep. Alright, that's its turn. Now it's your turn.
Alright.
Now you're on deck.
Give me a second.
Yeah.
Uh,
Flop, we have been playing D&D today.
Hey, I need to step away for like 5 minutes. I'll
Yeah.
be right back.
uh,
Stepping